So the act itself perhaps has a small advantage. So wiping your hands and drying them might stop the bat slipping a little bit. Walking away will allow you to recover, to rest your heart rate a little bit. But the main reason is they do it for their minds. So they might be habits, that something that they have just naturally developed, perhaps even subconsciously, since as you, Jed, have seen them do it, they might just see other people do it and naturally start to do it themselves. Some of them might have superstitions. If we think about Rafa Nadal, when he's playing tennis, he has to have his bottles in a specific place, otherwise he thinks it's bad luck. So it helps their confidence. If they feel these superstitions help them, they will feel more confident and they will tend to play better as a result. Or what they possibly are routines. So they create these routines to get them mentally prepared for the next point. So this routine is a set pattern that triggers their mind into their kind of game mode, so they are perfectly ready to play their next point. So that time that they're spending walking away or wiping their hands, they are mentally preparing themselves for the next point. So firstly, not everything top players do is good. You can search on YouTube and find lots of examples of players losing their heads, kicking tables, getting red cards, yellow cards and everything. So not everything they do is something that you want to copy. It's quite common in top players and top competitions that they will shout something after a point or make a gesture to the other player. So to the question, the big question here is whether you're going to do this for yourself and whether they are doing this for themselves or whether they're doing it to affect the other person. If you're doing it for yourself, so if you're doing it to reassure yourself, to encourage yourself to do better, or just to kind of let out some emotion, let out some of that steam, it can be good for you to do. Obviously still within the rules of the game. So if you are shouting swear words to let out emotion, then you're going to get a yellow card. But if you're doing it to affect the other person, my own personal view is that I don't really want to be. I don't want to do anything that will intimidate the other player or make that other player play worse as a result. This is just my personal view. Some other people see it differently. They see it just as another way in which you can beat players. So if they have a weakness on their backhand, you're not going to only play to that forehand. You're going to exploit that weakness. The same with a mental weakness. If you can exploit that, perhaps you see that as a good thing to do. And doing some gestures, shouting something can have an intimidating effect, can affect the other player's confidence and performance. So there are certain gestures or movements that can indicate kind of dominance, to show that you are better than that player, to give them the feeling that you are better and stronger than them. But I personally try not to use them for the other person. I will just try to encourage myself to affect myself.